let's try that again. Hopefully there's some audio now. I definitely know that it's working. It's like the weirdest thing, I have to restart the OBS every single time. It's so weird. I don't know why that is. Anyway, welcome back to the Scale Builders Guild. A few minutes late today. Everything is out of control on my end. It's been work central, like actual work has started again, which is really nice. But also a bit like crazy. Yeah, so it's been like day and night working from home. And then I literally just now finished exporting all the files from last week and emailing those out to all of the people who submitted. So you should by now have your photos. So check your email. If you got one done last week, you should have it. If you haven't gotten it, send me an email, let me know. And they should all be there. So check your email. I just literally sent them just now. So yeah, it is a good problem to have, Chuck G. You're absolutely right. It's a problem I'm very appreciative to have too, because I know a lot of people are still in sort of a weird state right now with everything going on. And some people are working, some people aren't, some people were, then they're not. And I hope and wish just the best for everybody. And I know that we'll get through it eventually. So A-okay on that. Also, shocker, I'm building another PC, and my other area, like my work office area, is out of control. It's an absolute mess. There are boxes everywhere. Amazon, EVGA, Corsair, Leon Lee. There's a million boxes there, and if you recognize any of those names whatsoever, you've probably built a PC before. So anyway, cheers to everybody. Thanks for checking in. Let's try to edit some photos today. There's a lot to get through, and to be totally honest, I wasn't 100% prepared. I've got 40 unread emails here. So there's a lot of photos to get through. I'm going to try to download a couple more here and just kind of have them ready to go. Just in case I get to them. There was a few from last week that I didn't get to. And it's all sort of like just trying to get a little bit of everything done. It's crazy. Why don't everybody do me a favor and check in, let me know where you're from, so I can definitely kind of get a little shout out here into everyone while I sort of prepare my workspace. I'll give you all a moment to tap in on your keyboards where you're from, and I'll grab a few more photos from folks here. See what I can find. There's a lot, and I cannot thank you all enough for submitting. I can't obviously get to every single one of them because there are quite literally dozens to get through, so I'm doing my best. Whew. I need to take a breather. There are some good ones though, and I'm just going to import these ones here, and then I think we're going to be good. Oh, no, hang on. All right, that should probably be enough. But let's start with some of these here. Let's, oh, all over the place. Washington, Cincinnati, Tennessee, Holland. Cool. Thank you for checking in, Old School 68. Maryland, Oregon, New Mexico, Quebec, Brooklyn, New York, Spring Hill, Florida, Riverside, California, Arkansas. That's where my dog is from. Maybe you know him. Vancouver Island, California. SCX-103 worth it? I've never heard of that place. But yes, I think so. Sweden, awesome. Massachusetts, this is fantastic. Houston, wow, all kinds of people checking in. Thank you so much, guys. Boston, Michigan, lots of Florida, lots of Indiana, Missouri. It'll be a cold day before I recognize Missouri. It's a Simpsons joke. Yeah, everyone, the 1.9 Wraith is definitely on sale. You could go pick one of those up if you like. Let's go over to Lightroom. Yay, we did it. Everything seems to be working great today, except for the sound at the beginning, but that's sorted now. Yeah. The one I'm going to start with today, I think, is going to be not this one, but we are going to do that one. I'm going to start with my man Adam Van Ord's photo here. This is an action photo of a very interesting V-dub. If any of you guys have ever been to the eastern side of the world, like Pennsylvania side, your mom's house. So that's really nice. Say hi to my mom for me. What we're looking at here is one kick-ass comp truck. Adam did a lot of work to make this V-dub work, and it's really super cool. It's one of these, like, I think it started life as like a 6th scale New Bright or Nico, maybe? I'm not too sure. Travis, you might know Adam then, yeah. This was a cool truck. I remember seeing this one at East Coast Scale Challenge, and it's definitely a comp rig, but it works, and it's an interesting photo because this is one of our first action photos. So let's start having some fun with this. Adam is, by all intents and purposes, a pretty amazing photographer. So you're not going to see a ton of changes from me on this. It's probably just about lifting it, giving it a little bit of saturation to boost that red. And yeah, AudioVox buses. That could be right, Craig. You could be right on that one. But yeah, I'm not going to fiddle too much with this, but we are going to have some fun. And that's the most important thing, I think. You can see as I raise the exposure slider that there's a lot of information in there, but we don't want to go too far. I'm just giving it a subtle boost. I'll probably boost my shadows a little bit too. I'm going to do this all out of order, and I am going to throw a heavy vignette on it just for fun. Texture, there's a little bit in there, and a tiny bit of clarity is going to help as well. I'm going to bring up the vibrance, which is kind of like a overall on all the colors. What's his whole name? Adam Van Ord is Adam's whole name. One other thing I'm going to do is, obviously, I'm going to bring up the red saturation here and its luminance, because I want to really see some of those colors and textures there. I'm going to dial back my green luminance and its saturation, because it's a little over the top for me. Is there any blue in that sky? Yeah, but it's kind of artificial, so I'm not going to fiddle with that too much. What else can we do to this one? I think we'll do our radial selection here. And just kind of put it over the truck here, and we'll invert that, obviously. Give it a touch more saturation, because I do like to see how red it is. I want that to pop a little bit. Yeah, it's definitely got some overdrive. You can tell just by how like extreme the spinning is on the front tires and how less so it is on the rear tires. Yeah, definitely a comp truck. Definitely. And Adam knows a lot about comping. I think Adam was also one of the guys that I think he was responsible for the clear wheels. I think he was one of those guys. Yeah. So he was definitely one of the guys pushing the limits of what was legal in some of the scale stuff. Class 2, I don't think they allowed for clear wheels that year. I'm just bringing up that texture again because that window always kind of brings it down. And maybe in the yellows, we'll say that's done there. Maybe in the yellows we'll bring up, where's my, yeah, here we go. Just want to see if there's anything in the, there's not much in there. Maybe if we go luminance. Yeah, because see how I'm like playing with the lighting in the background there? Just trying to bring some of that down. I don't really want it super hot. I want texture, but I don't want this to be buzzy. And you can see as I play with that yellow there, you can really see what's going on there. So sort of like finding a happy medium in that, and then same thing with just bringing down some saturation as well. So that really helps. It's really making it all about the truck. I think that's sort of like the focus of any of these exercises, is to try to make the truck sort of the focus of the photo. And yeah, we could crop it, but what I like about this kind of frame is that it kind of implies motion. And I think that's looking pretty good. Like I said, there's not much I want to do to this. I just kind of wanted to give the truck a bit of life, and I think we've kind of done that. Maybe contrast. We could give it a touch more there. But yeah, I don't really feel like we need to mess with it too much. When it's a good photo, it's a good photo. Something simple like that. I did cool it off. As you can see, the temperature did get a lot cooler. This is sort of, where was it? This was as shot. And while I don't mind, you know what? I don't think I mind that actually. I think we'll go maybe somewhere in between. Just give it a subtle temperature shift. Yeah, I think that's good. We could also, I think I might regrain this one a little bit. Not heavy though. I think we'll just go light. Just want to give it a touch of texture. So there we go. Alan, yes, it's the email submissions@scalebuildersguild.com, and I will get to them. So there we go. I think I'm calling this one done. Adam's probably not watching. He's a teacher, so I bet you he's on major vacation now. Hey Turbo, what's up? Thanks for checking in. Travis, oh, you don't know him personally, but you have mutual friends. Yeah, of course. Small world, for sure. All right, I think we should do our typical before and after. So, before and after. Ha! I just read Josh's comment. That'll never happen, Josh. And thank you for not answering any of my messages today. I really appreciate that. It makes it so much easier for me to build that computer without your interference. So, boom, roasted. Thanks for the photo, Adam. I'll get this one back to you ASAP. Let's do another red truck. Let's do Robbie Bobster's 70 series Land Cruiser, which looks to be on an SCX-10 I'm going to guess that started out as a Poison Spider, or no, not the Poison Spider, maybe some sort of Jeep. I think it's a Jeep. Yeah. True Boys? Oh, not Turbo. Yeah, it's True Boys. Look, guys, I told you it was a long couple of days. I can't believe it's only Tuesday. I've been slammed. It's crazy. CRC Jeep, yeah, definitely. With that bumper, that was the CRC Jeep. 100%. But nice. There's a little bit of foreground blurring going on here. These leaves are going to be tough for us to get rid of. I do like this sandy, kind of rocky wall. And some flowers. That's nice. Looks like a very nice truck. And I like that it's a right-hand drive, and that it looks like this door was repainted too, which is always nice. We had a leaking coolant tank. Okay, well, you're excused, Josh. But only this one time. I will say that I solved it, and you can check out the photo that I sent you of my next computer. It looks pretty cool. All right, what are we going to do? Is it preset time? I feel like, and to be fair, this isn't going to be a super long episode. I'm letting you all know right now. Just because I've got so much still left to do in my work world for my real job. Yeah, I just want to let you know now. It won't be a super long episode. And also, we've got all day tomorrow to talk to each other. So you're more than welcome to check in on tomorrow night's live stream with that other clown, Ding Dong and Scale Builders Guild Unite. Oh, I just noticed a little Axial sticker on there. That's cute. I like it. I like it a lot. Good photo. Yeah, this might be a preset time. I'm going to play around. Ooh, I already like the cool light. That one's kind of neat. It's bringing a lot of blues, like teals, into the blacks, which I think we might stick with this as a starting point. That's the other great thing about presets, is that you don't have to just stick with this. You can do whatever you want. Lightroom is pretty powerful and allows you to just kind of go anywhere you want with a photo, but using a preset as a starting point, which is really super cool. So this is a good starting point for sure. Hello, RC Days. All right, so this preset, like I said, brings a lot of blues into the blacks, but doesn't change. It's just kind of reducing vibrance and saturation. I'm kind of looking at everything it's doing here. Not really doing much else, oddly enough. So let's start by playing around with some of these HSL sliders and see if we can't bring some more kind of interesting look to it. Pump up the luminance on the blues maybe. Or actually we're going to bring it down a little bit. Not too much. No aquas at all anywhere in this frame. I'm also reducing the luminance of the yellows, and you can see how that's affected the background. See that there? Kind of a nice change. If we do that to the orange, I think we're going to lose some detail, so I'm not going to do that too much. It's a good looking truck, yeah. It's nice. It's really difficult to make this 70 series body look good. And I you know, I'm a Toyota guy, so I say that with much trepidation. But what I kind of mean by that is that this body is small. It's like an actual 10th scale body. So I'm not feeling its width. Width is the biggest issue with this one. And I think when they built it true 10th scale, and they didn't take into account any of the axle sizes, and they wanted to make sure it was still a 12.3 inch wheelbase. So, you know, they kind of fudged the numbers a little bit and ended up with this. I really wish that they made it 9th scale and just made people make longer links. That would have been sort of my preference. Kazumi, yeah, definitely send me a photo. More than happy to eventually try to get to all of them. Oh, good. You got your pick 207. Thank you. Glad you got it. This is a fine looking truck. Absolutely. And can we get the truck back to red? It's still pretty red to me. It was always sort of a more brownish red than anything, but we can definitely increase that red a little bit. If you want more saturation back into the reds, we can do that. That's pretty simple. And in fact, helps a lot. Don't you think? What can we do? I'm bringing in some saturation into the oranges as well. I'm going to try to bring down these highlights a little bit. Can you see what that's doing? Here, let me cut to the full screen and I'll show you. If you go full screen here, highlights is going to affect things like the reflections in your glass, like in your windows and stuff. So boosting it obviously makes it a lot brighter. When you reduce it overall, it takes a lot of that glare away, which I think really helps the photo. You can go too far, of course. With any of these sliders, you can go too far. But I think that helps a lot. It just kind of cleans up that window a lot. Yes, Russell. The styling of this truck is great. The 70 series is awesome, and it's definitely one of my more favorite Land Cruisers. Well, 80 series is my favorite. I don't even know where oh, the jelly bean's behind me. But yeah, 70 series is great. 60 series is probably my all-time favorite. I've actually got something kind of cool happening with a 60 series body from Manitou, you know, the 3D printing guy on Facebook. I've got one of those. I'm going to be sending it out to Richard, pardon my noob, to assemble it and do all the prep on it. He's going to send it back to me and paint it. And then there's going to be a giveaway involved, but it's a different kind of giveaway. And I'm not going to give it all away right now. Oh, Dad. But it's going to be a fun project. And yeah, enough on that. Let's see what else we can do. This one, I think, kind of could use a bit of grain too. I don't mind giving it a bit of grain. And then we'll throw just a medium vignette on this one, I think. Yeah. Maybe, just to help these foreground shadows, I'll do a grad up here. And darn this thing for always kind of overdoing it. Reducing texture, dropping exposure a little bit. Actually, no, I'm going to keep exposure where it is and drop shadows down a little bit. And warm that. No. Cool it off a little bit. There. I wouldn't mind trying to get some detail back into these headlights too, but I think it might just be overexposed. I don't think we're going to get anything out of it, but let's see what we can do. Yeah, I don't want to, like, if you play with the exposure too much, it just looks weird, so I don't want to do that. Highlights, I can try to bring those down, but I think let's just tighten up this window a little bit. This is the fun part. If you're a photo retoucher, I think you actually would find this pretty fun. I don't. I don't find it fun at all. That's not true. I do find this really fun. I don't know. I think I've probably taken it too far here. Let's just see. Yeah, it feels a little artificial, but I think we can get away with it. Yeah, I'm going to leave it. I think that's good. Yeah. Yeah, I think I'm good with that. I think that's a nice looking photo. Let's go full screen. And before, still a great looking truck, still a great photo. I think it's just a little, for me, it's just a little oversaturated and doesn't have much drama. Now we're talking drama. Drama. Acting. I think that looks pretty good. So thank you very much, Robbie Bobster, for your very nice 70 Series Land Cruiser. We're going to call that one done, and let's move on to another photo. I think we'll do Ben's Ripper here, Ben Vanitas. He is a friend of Josh's, I believe. And he's a lucky owner of a Ripper. He's a Ripper of a Ripper. I'm not doing the chainsaw tonight. Great photo. Love the background. Love the depth of field. Like this kind of bush here. It's always nice to see a photo like this where it's sort of looking off into the distance. Actually, a lot like my jelly bean photo from Monday on Instagram, if you caught that one. It's just about kind of seeing what's out there. It's like I'm exploring. I'm going to go in that direction. I'm going to see what's out there. All right. Warmth-wise, temperature-wise, I don't mind giving it a little boost into the warmer realm. Tint, I'm actually going to do something a bit different with this one. I'm going to tint it more towards the yellow or green spectrum, just to kind of make it feel a bit dusty, a little bit dry, you know? When it's warmer like this, you get this sort of faux kind of, I don't know, it's like California but springtime, I guess. This is more like we're taking it a bit different, doing something a little bit different with it. Exposure wise, I'm pretty happy. Shadows, I'm gonna give that a boost just slightly, probably bring down the white levels overall, and I'm gonna give it a touch more black, I think. Actually, no, I'm gonna leave it in the blues. And what this is kind of doing is it's giving it a bit of a cross-processed look. And cross-processing is where you would shoot your film. This is the old days we're talking about, and I'm aging myself, and you know, there's probably not many people that remember shooting on film, but I learned shooting on actual film in school. So what you can do is you can buy slide film, and what you can do, instead of actually processing it to slide, where it's sort of like a kind of a different process, you process it to film, to regular, like, you know, strips of film, and it gives a much more bluish kind of tint and kind of hue to it. And in fact, there are a lot of cross-processing presets, which I should still have a cross-process one in here somewhere. Maybe I don't. I used to. Yeah, I don't think I have one anymore. Weird. Oh, here's one. Here's a cross-process, and you can see what it's doing there. Cross-processed puts a lot of tint of yellow and green into the photo, and that's sort of what I'm attempting to do without using a preset. So stand by while we make that happen. We're going to boost clarity a little bit, and we're going to do a little of that there, and reduce the saturation too. And what I'd like to do, I don't know, this is something I'm not familiar with, and I'm curious to know if this is going to work, but I kind of want to just do a filter across the whole thing, but I'm not sure that you can do, well, actually I guess you can. I guess you just make it big enough. I've just made a circle really big, and hopefully it works. Maybe it's not gonna. No, that's not gonna do it. What I wanted to do, and I don't know that it's possible to do it, is kind of put a wash over the whole thing. I guess you can just do it with your sliders. So we're gonna experiment. That'll be fun. Yeah, here we go. So this is sort of like exactly what I wanted to do. It's just taking the photo and applying a kind of a tone to the whole thing, which is exactly what I wanted to do. So that's cool. I'm glad that's working. Or is it? Looks like I crashed. Maybe it's working. Or everything's broken. Yeah, it looks like it's... This is something new for me. Does a PC just crash? Does anybody know if that's a possibility? Because it kind of looks like it has. Yeah, it's vintage, and that's sort of the look that I was going for. Curious. How do I know if it's not working? Is there like a task manager. Because it's like literally, I can't even move the window or anything. Which is odd because everything else works just fine. Is there a way to quit a program that is Control-Alt-Delete? Is that it? Control-Alt-Delete. I don't know what's happened now. Are we still there? Looks like everything's okay. If I Control-Alt-Delete... Oh, Task Manager, okay. Task Manager. I will open that. Thanks, guys. It doesn't say that it's crashed, but I guess if we end it, we can just start it again. Let's see about that. Hopefully it starts up again. Oh, Josh is messaging me. I'll just delete that. There's that F40 again, yeah. Okay, that looks like it's loading up just fine again. Library. Oh, crumbs. Doesn't look like it. Oh, it did save it, the last one. Where's Ben's photo? We can start that again. There it is. All right. Okay. Back to normal. Phew. Cool. All right. Split toning again. Let's get back to it. Because that was cool. I liked doing that. That was nice. There we go. Ah, good. Yay. Yeah, Windows is new to me. But quick save there. Thanks for the task manager idea. It's like it's in Mac. It's Control Apple Escape, I think. Anyway, fixed. Thank goodness. We're definitely going to put a heavy grain on that because I want this to feel vintage and old. Luminance. I don't think we're gonna mess too much with any of my HSL sliders. Because I kind of like what's going on here. I love that sky now, just increasing the blue sky overall. Aqua, we'll push that up a little bit. Red, I'm gonna reduce because you can see like in the Curry logo here. Oops. Sorry, one sec. In the Curry logo, if I zoom in on that, it's kind of hot. It doesn't really feel in tune with the rest of the photo. So we're gonna dial that back a little bit overall. But otherwise, I think this is looking kind of cool. It's simple, it's subtle, but it's a nice look. Mark, I don't know what number Ben's is, unfortunately. But that's a good-looking Ripper. It's simple. I like that there's not a lot of decals on it. Mine's littered with decals. Yeah, so there we go, Ben. There's your photo. I think that's looking pretty good. Let's do Azuki's photo next. Another shot in profile one. This is a neat photo because look at this. All of these in the... Oh, wait. I don't know what is wrong with me. I have to show you the before and after on Ben's first. Silly me. Okay, so there's the after. Before. After. Just nice. Simple. All right, on to this next one. Why I wanted to do this one it's a really interesting background. If you look, these are all high-rises. So I'm trying to, like, I have no idea where this is, but I imagine it's overseas. I don't think that's anywhere in North America. Might not even be Central America. I'm pretty sure that that's gonna be like maybe Hong Kong or Korea, Japan. Could be any of those places, really. Tokyo. But really interesting. Really interesting. I like that it's sort of a weathered Comanche too. It looks a bit old. Nice Hyrax tires there. Gundam shield, is that what that is? I'm not too familiar with my my Gundam, but yeah, you're probably right. It's definitely not New York City. I can say that with some certainty. But let's get started here. Let's have some fun with this one. Not a lot of information in that sky, but we'll bring some blue into it, which I think is going to be very helpful. We're going to ramp up the texture as well so we can really feel those clouds, I think. I think that's a good way to start. We'll call that gradient done. And saturation in the reds, I just want to bring that up touches. Blues are already pretty blue, but it does help that sky, and there's a lot of aqua that we're kind of affecting in the truck too, and you can see now there's a lot of weathering going on, which is really nice. I think we'll do another mask this way and bring up the saturation and the texture. Look at those rocks just come to life. So great. Really boost that, actually, and make that feel pretty cool. I'm going to go back into my color HSL selections here and just really kind of amp up the oranges. And there's some that's going to be kind of cool and may not come out entirely, but you can see some of these background things are really going to kind of come to life. Like there's a lot of really cool colors happening in these buildings. So we're going to try to play with that a little bit. See if we can't get that to come up a little bit as well. Darwin, I do sell the sticker sheets. There are a few left, not very many, so you might want to get on that if you're going to get them. There is a link basically everywhere. If you go to the community tab on our YouTube channel, there is a link there that you can go to buy the stickers. How many, actually, that's a good question. How many of you have bought those stickers? I'm just curious. I know how many have been purchased, but I'm just curious about how many of you watching right now have bought stickers. I'm boosting the shadows because you can see, I want to kind of see more of the actual like lower half of the truck. It is kind of concealed by shadows. So I do want to see that stuff a little bit more. Oh, Darwin, okay, did you sell all the sticker sets? No, I see your question now. I apologize. There is only like, I think I've got a dozen, maybe 18 left. Rebecca's actually upstairs right now putting stamps on all the envelopes. You saw the story today on Instagram. There were a lot of stamps to be purchased today. It's pretty crazy, actually. This was the fastest, I think, that I've sold as many as I have, too. Which is really great. Let's do a light vignette on this one. I don't want to go too far with it. But I like what's happening here. Maybe we play a bit with texture on an overall scale. Kind of brings the truck to life. That's going too far. Yeah, I think that's nice. Originally, I thought I might crop this one, but I'm not going to crop it. I'm just going to leave it as is. That's a nice looking photo. I'm curious to see how far I've taken it, if I'm honest. Let's see. Oh, wow. That's pretty dramatic. That's pretty great. Again, before, after. Sweet. Thank you very much for the submission, Izuki. I really appreciate that. And enjoy your Gundam models. All right. If I go back here, I don't think it's going to... Yeah, it's not going to show the... Oh, it does show the previous import. There we go. Perfection. Great. Let's do... Ooh, let's do this one. Johnny Lummy sent me this one. Another fantastic vista. What a gorgeous vista! You don't hear many people saying the word vista anymore. Anywhoozy. You don't hear many people saying anywhoozy either. This is, I wonder what truck this is. I know that's the Proline back cage. And obviously the Proline SR5 body. But I can't tell for the life of me what chassis that is. I wonder what that is. Oh, it's a VS410. You know how I know? Because there's a little V right there. I'll show you on the full screen. It's right there. Can't miss it. Cowboy riding off into the sunset. That's a great way to describe this photo. Let's leave this one full screen for the whole time. Not because I'm eating any taquitos or anything, but because I want you to kind of see how different this is going to get. Probably a good sign that it's difficult to tell. Yeah, that's a good point, Fistful of Throttle. Kind of makes it feel a little bit more real, although you'd never have a giant spare like that on the back. Maybe you would. I don't know. It looks great, though. Nice looking photo. Great foreground. I love that it's all nicely out of focus here, and we've got this great vista to look forward to. All right. I'm getting developing. All right. So first things first, if it's a cowboy kind of thing, we're going to need to see more of everything. The shadows are pretty intense. I don't know if we're going to be able to get much out of it, though. It doesn't appear to be a raw photo, so we're going to have to sort of do our best to bring the shadows up, yet still keep some of the detail. I think that's already helping there. If you... You know what, Maureen, you're absolutely right. If I was eating taquitos right now, you would know. Very good point. Thank you for that. Now, we could just kind of cheat and warm it all up like that, but I don't know. That doesn't feel right to me. Kind of want to keep it sort of neutral in the temperature, but we're going to play with a few other ways of doing this. I think you'll agree it's a better way to do it. Because that way you get to keep that nice blue sky. And you get to warm everything up without kind of losing any of that. And already, just by bringing some warmth and magenta into the highlights, you're already getting a much better kind of play on that sky there. I think that already looks pretty neat. Definitely going to heavily vignette this one, because I really want that truck to pop, and we'll probably do a radial window on this as well. Actually, you know what? Let's not do the radial. Oops, what happened there? I don't want the radial. I'm going to do the adjustment brush, and I think we'll just kind of, we'll paint We're going to paint the feather out here. Well, we're going to paint the truck itself and try to keep it sort of the only thing that gets some of these highlights. I'm just going to try to be kind of selective about where I'm putting this. Let's see if that will work. I'm going to amp up the texture a bit on it. A touch more clarity. It's almost like you're going to HDR just the truck and leave the background and everything the same. Tennessee Jimmy, raw photos are sort of like massive. It's a file format, and it gives you a lot more data. So when you're doing photos like this, you have a lot more information to work with, both in the whites and the blacks. Nothing gets overexposed. You get a lot more information, so you can actually go back in and do a lot more of these corrections with a lot more accuracy. JPEGs are fine, and a lot of people shoot JPEG. They're a lot easier to shoot. They're faster to shoot, but RAW just give you ton more room to kind of play with them afterwards, like after the fact, like this in like Lightroom. That's why I like using them. We've already given that a touch more work in the shadows. Yeah, something in there. And then I'd love to play with the color a bit. Which I think I can do. Yeah, I'm not going to go too far with saturation because this obviously is like, it's a silver or gray truck. Right, Reggie basically explained it for you there, Tennessee Jimmy. It's just got a lot more information in it, and I prefer to shoot in it whenever possible. Now here, you can see the effect that my window has, right? I'm able to really just kind of dial in, and I'm just playing with temperature here just so I can show you where that filter is sort of being applied. Or it's a brush, right? So you can paint exactly where you want your changes to go. And I'm not going to take it too much further than that, I think. I just want to give it some sun and a little bit more saturation overall than it had in the beginning. But yeah, it's like silver or gray, so it's not going to obviously take a lot of color, but this just helps a little bit. And that window's good. I actually really love what's going on here. You can actually see there's almost like a bit of a flare happening here. It's sort of hard to see, but it is there. Yeah, and I think if I were to take this into Photoshop, I'd give it even more of a flare coming off the sun just to kind of make it feel a bit cool. 3D dryer needed now. Yeah, wrong stream. All right, so yeah, I think I'm pretty good here. I might see if there's anything in this sky here, but I doubt that there is. Might not even be worth trying to play with it. Yeah, I don't think there's any information in there, if I'm honest. No, not really. Okay, so I'm just gonna undo, 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 undo. Done. Okay, who's ready for a before and after? Before. After. One more time. We really kind of brought up the shadows, brought a lot of saturation in, but kept the kind of the intention of the photo, in my opinion. Not too different in the colors, and just kind of brought the truck to life. Thanks very much, Fistful of Throttle. That's really nice of you to say. So yeah, I think that one's pretty good. Thanks, Johnny, for thank you very much, Johnny, for your submission. I think that's a really nice photo, and can't wait to send that one back to you. Yeah, really looks nice. It's a great location too. I wish that I had locations half as good as this to play tiny trucks in, because that looks just awesome. Is it bad that you liked the before? No, Mike, it's not. And I think that's the beautiful thing about photography, is that it's really subjective. Everyone's allowed to have an opinion on it, and everyone's allowed to have a preference. This is my preference, and doesn't always work for everybody else, excuse me. But you know what? Just so everyone can see one more time, and I mean, I'm happy if you like the before. That's totally cool. I think for me, it's just a little underexposed, and you're kind of missing the detail, and you don't get to see the truck in all of its glory. When you do this, you get to see a lot more of the truck. You get to maintain the background. The foreground hasn't changed, but you've just kind of amped everything up a little bit. I think there's room to always improve. Sometimes I've gotten some photos in here, and I'm like, I can't do anything with this because it's already great. But it is really cool that everyone has a different opinion, and I am more than happy to let everyone have an opinion. I think that's kind of key. Yeah, it does really feel more like a sunset, and obviously that's the thing, right? When this was shot, the sun's behind the truck, or it's actually kind of like north of the truck, maybe a little more head on than anything else. And you're losing a lot of natural light on the foreground side of the truck. So by doing what we did, I'm just kind of getting you an opportunity to see more of the truck. 99 cents? I'm rich! Thanks, Josh. You're a heck of a guy. I will not send you 99 cents tomorrow night. Great photo, Johnny. Thank you very much for submitting that. Let's move on to another one. This one is called SBG Submission. Still having more of my issue where I don't label photos. Now, this is obviously the Proline Gladiator body on what appears to be, what is that? I can't zoom any further, but that looks, is that the HPI? Or is that just a, or is that an element? I think it might be an element. Anyway, thank you for the submission. Let's start playing. I think this could use a bit of a crop because I'm seeing some stuff here that I'm not digging. So somebody else might have been doing some digging here. I'll let myself out. Let's constrain here. I don't want to custom this. Let's as original. There we go. And we'll just try to I'm going to try to minimize that house at least. We'll do that for sure. I don't think there's much else we can do to clean up the background. Enduro. Yes. So, okay, I was right eventually. Those are those J Concept tires. Alrighty. First things first, this was definitely not a RAW. It's definitely like a JPEG shot on a phone, which is no problem. It's totally great. But you can tell it's a little oversaturated, especially in the blues. So the first thing I'm going to do is pull down my saturation. Ooh, I don't know if this is going to hold up very well. Yikes. Okay. It's a pretty small photo, so I think we're going to try to do our best here. But it's going to be, this will be a challenging photo because there is not a lot of information. You can see, like, usually when I have, hi Moose Jaw, when I have a big RAW or high-res JPEG file, there's a lot more information to go on, and these sorts of things like the blues would really hold up a lot more to me kind of fiddling with them. But you can see even as I move like the vibrance slider just a touch, it really goes kind of weird. So We're going to have to, maybe this will be an opportunity to try a preset. Trying to figure out what Moose Jaw said that it makes everybody laugh. Moose Jaw. Great minds must talk to themselves a lot, I hear. I don't know what you're getting at. Let's see what we can do. Maybe we can see even... I don't know, man. I'm really affecting the blue on this truck no matter what I do. And that's... You can tell... And I'm not dissing your camera choice, whatever it was. But you can really tell how much the blue changes between presets. How much... that's more like it. Thanks, Moose Jaw. $9.99. And a sticker of a flying duck. You can really see that the blues kind of fall apart and change massively each time you do it. So we're going to do our best with this one. Maybe it's a good opportunity for one of our black and white photos, or, you know, pulling out the saturation of everything. Even this light and bright, like I don't mind something like this, makes it a bit dreamy. But man, this is going to be a tough one. I should have known. As soon as I look at this photo and you can see the battery tray, I should have known it was an Enduro. That's not a duck? What is that? It looks like a... Oh, it's more like a jelly bean, maybe. Hi, Chris. How are you? Deducted from your personal RC fun money. Moose Jaw, that's serious. You should hang on to that money. What are we going to do to this one, guys? What are we going to do? Maybe we go HDR. HDR, strong. We're going to throw a vignette on it. Very heavy one. But we're going to reduce the overall saturation. And we're going to... Yikes, that vibrance slider is crazy bad for this photo. I think we're going to have to maybe just kind of do the best we can with what we've got here. Yeah, I think this is helping. It's making it feel a bit more dramatic anyway, but yeah, this is a tough one. This is the first one I feel like I'm really super challenged by, and it's just partially the quality of the photo. And I'm not knocking it. It's just, it is what it is. So why don't we say that's sort of it. That'll do for now. Thank you for your submission. I'll make sure to get it back to you. Hope you like it. Let's do a before and after. Before. Yeah, we're just kind of making it a little more dramatic. Boosting that sort of HDR effect and crushing some sharpness into it. I think it makes it a little more interesting and a little more dramatic. Thank you for your submission. What else have we got here? We got one more. Oh, this is kind of cool. Hey, look at that big Scale Builders Guild sticker on there. I didn't make those. I wonder who this is. Vidjo, VIDJO, sent me this photo. And that's pretty cool. This is gonna be a good one, I think. This will be actually probably a good one to end it with today. Because like I said, I do want to kind of keep this one short tonight. I got a lot more work to do. And I'm not taking a lot of crap from anybody. First things first, let's give it a crop. What did I do? Let's go back to this. What I'd like to do, I want to keep some of this foreground. I definitely want to keep this cool looking mine shaft. That is cool as F. No. Undo. I want to keep it as shot. There we go. So we're going to make a bit I saved the crap for Harley. Promo to do raw. There you go, Tennessee Jimmy. Yeah, I've got some RC fun money too. I don't know what I'm gonna do next. I've got so many things to do. I gotta build stuff. I've got the giveaway build I have to do. And that, you know what? I keep changing my mind on what I'm gonna do with my giveaway, because Josh is doing a giveaway for 50K. I've got this giveaway truck partially funded by RC Sparks, and I don't know really what to do, if I'm gonna do the TRX4 Sport kit, or if I'm going to do an SCX-10 III kit. You found that sticker on the trail, did you? Well, I won't sue you this time. Well, it's a great photo. Thank you for submitting it. And how do you want me to say that name? Is it Vidjo? Or Vijo, maybe? Or Verger? No one will get that reference. What else do I have to decide if I'm going to do the TRX4 or the SCX-10 III as a giveaway, or if I want to keep the SCX-10 III for myself. What else do I have to do? I have to finish the 6x6 Cherokee. The Range Rover needs electronics. This is done, finally. Let me show you. This is done. I'm pretty pleased with how this turned out. If you can see that, it's got badges now, and those are accurate K10 Silverado badges, so kudos to Giuseppe for printing those up for me. I've weathered the underside, so it's cruddy now. The axles look appropriately cruddy. The springs are still pretty clean, but I'll work on that. It's got a bumper or a license plate on it now. The Ford Chevy bumper license plate there. I printed out Josh's stupid 3D printed welder and stuck that in the back along with some other assorted junk that any metal collection guy would have. There's some wood that's loose. The wood's loose back there, so when it bounces around on the trail, it'll lose some wood. Or get some. Then I'll have to get some more wood. I've weathered the whole inside, and it's like he spilled a bunch of crap in there. It just looks really messy. Intentionally. Cardboard back window, which... if you look into the interior, you can't see it too well because of the lighting. But there's actually, my address is in the inside of it. Yeah, so this one's pretty much done. Everything's been kind of weathered underneath too, so it's all kind of crappy. I think the engine bay is mostly done. Let me see here if I can get this open one-handed. Yep. It's got inner fenders at least, so that's good. It needs to be weathered a bit more on the inside, and I'll probably add some more wiring and stuff, but it's all the electronics are pretty much hidden. I've got real incandescent 6-volt bulbs, so it's got that warm kind of headlight look, which is great. And I also put one of those new, what's it called? The Spectrum Firma 40 ESC in there. For simplicity's sake. It's great. I haven't actually taken it out for a run yet. Maybe this weekend. Maybe I'll do that this weekend. But I'm so pleased that that one's done. And there's a bunch of other stuff going on, and then Monthly Mayhem is starting, so there's a lot of projects that need to be finished still, and they will be soon. Needs a scale battery in there. Yes, I know. And maybe like fluids. Needs some fluids. Anyway, back to what we're supposed to be doing tonight. There's a lot of stuff on the go, I guess is what I'm getting at. Yes. A little less sky, maybe, for this crop. But I think that's going to do it right there. yeah, busy. Oh, and then there's this actual, like, you know, real job thing that kind of happens every once in a while. Much better crop. Now we're seeing more truck. We're seeing more of this mine shaft, which is cool AF. Josh did a 3D battery. Yeah, I don't need Josh for that. There's not many things I need him for. That the welding kit though, that was pretty cool that he did that. He actually, you know what? Every Sunday afternoon he messages me and he goes, "What should I make this week?" And most of the time he goes, like, "Should I do a skee ball machine?" I'm like, "Yeah, obviously you should do a skee ball machine because we need more of those." All right, hey, stop futzing around and correct this photo already, you numbskull. I want more sky, but I don't know if there's any information in there. There's a little bit. There's a scotch. There's a scotch of sky. How far does this thing go? Yeah. There's the edit pins. I've been looking for this thing for 4 weeks. Somehow I turned it off. And now I fixed it. Yes. Masked Master. It's going very well. Thanks for checking in, man. Oh, lordy. Beep boop boop. Let's give this more blue. Maybe more aqua, whatever's in there. Probably not much. That's more sky, so that's good. Now see, look, oh, it's so great to have those things back. Fantastic. Fantastic, fantastic, fantastic. We're going to play up some of these greens. And the yellows a bit too, and the oranges as well. What a cool environment. Where was this photo taken, Vid Joe? I'm curious. I hope he tells me. And was there anything scary in the mine? Yeah, Utah's a good guess. I'm curious. Don't tell. Oh, I just want to know so I can go there and take photos there myself. That's all. What's wrong with that? It's cool because the truck isn't really the focus. Everything is back here. Everything back here is in focus. The truck is out of focus a little bit. But I don't mind that. It actually kind of... See, now we're amping up some drama. It's such a dark hole. San Rafael Swell in central Utah. Very cool, man. Thank you for letting me know. Yeah, there were probably a lot of big spiders in there. Although, maybe more snakes? I don't know. Is Utah known for its snakes? How far have we taken this? Ooh, pretty far. Looks pretty good, though. I'm going to do another doodad here. Barking spiders. Maybe dogs that shoot bees out of their mouths. All right. What do you think of that? Didn't see any snakes all trip. Okay, so no snakes then. The echo. What do you want me to build out of foam? I don't even know. All right, full screen? Full screen, full screen, full screen? Before, still a very nice, cool photo. I think we've just given it a bit of drama. Hey, there's Adam. Adam, I already did your photo. Were you watching? I'll show you. You know what? Because we're almost at the end. I'll show everyone again. Because that's how I roll. I think that looks pretty cool. I'm pretty happy with that one. Vidjo, thanks very much for sending that my way. It's a really nice photo. One more time before and after. And it's a nice Scale Builders Guild sticker on there. Did you paint that on? Oh, hi Milo, you got your photo, I presume. Thanks for sending that, by the way. Yeah, I think this is my favorite for tonight too. Oh, hey, don't worry, Adam. I'll show you the photo. Yeah, I think the focus is on the mine. But I like that. It's a different way of doing it. And it's still, for me, really kind of... It makes me think, I kind of want to go in there. Okay, so in order, I think, of how we did these tonight. Adam, there's your photo. Adam Van Ord. I didn't really do very much to it. I just kind of gave it a bit of saturation, crushed some of the color out of it, gave it a bit of texture, and amped up the reds while minimizing the yellows and the greens. But yeah, it turned out really nice. I'm really pretty pleased with that one. So thanks for sending that my way. And then we moved on to, I think we did Robbie's Land Cruiser 70 series next, which is very cool. Really like that background. Oh, we should do the before and afters. That's what yeah. I'll get this right one of these times. Don't worry. So before and after. I will say that I once went into Dracula's House of Blood in Niagara Falls on the Canada side, and I was with my girlfriend at the time. It was our first, I think we were young. I think we were 18. And it was like our first weekend away without our parents knowing. Teehee. And stayed in a hotel and, got champagne and heart-shaped tub and, all that stuff. Boy, thinking back, we were pretty young. Anyway, we were legal at least, so there's that. Maybe we must have been 19, or someone we knew got us the alcohol. Whatever, it doesn't matter. Dracula's House of Blood was like a haunted house that you had to walk through, and there were always like people and scary stuff happening. And I quite literally the whole time I had my hands on her shoulders, and I was pushing her through the whole haunted house because there was no way that I was going to go first. I was like, if something bad really happens, I want her to be in front. I don't know what I was thinking. Not the most chivalrous moment of my life. But, hey. At least I can admit it. Alright, back to full screen, and we'll go through these one more time. Before and after. Just a nice kind of focus on the actual vehicle, which I very much like. I think this one's very good. Yeah, I'm a human shield technique. Yeah, my girlfriend was my human shield. Robbie Bobster's 70 series Land Cruiser. And that's why she's next. Well, yeah, there's a lot of reasons for that. I probably wouldn't... Well, I might do it now. Before, after, just a subtle correction, but just one that I kind of wanted to put a little more focus on the truck. Ooh, Who else is participating in the Tiny Truck Selfie hashtag? Is that what it is? Tiny Truck Selfie? I think that's what we made it. But Cedric, who gave us a photo in the first episode of this show, he kind of came up with one, and I loved it. I ran with it. Tiny Truck Selfie Challenge. Hashtag that. So you can check that one out on Instagram. One more before and after. Before and after. Then which one did we do? Oh, we did Ben's... what's this called? Ripper. The before and after. Just sort of a cross-process, vintage kind of look. Moving on. Which looks really great. Thanks for that submission. I lost Azuki's. I don't know where that one went, so let's see if we can find that. It should still be here somewhere. There it is. This was a fun one. If we go back into develop here, I'll reset. You can see it before. After, yes, Master, I use the Lightroom mobile all the time. When I shoot on my phone or when I shoot in the field, I upload them from my camera directly to my phone, and then I correct them on my phone or my tablet or whatever I might have with me. Before, after, nice, simple, but effective. And then, which one did we do? Did we do this one? Yes. From a mystery submitter. Before. After. Not too shabby at all. And then one of my favorites of the night, Johnny Lummy's. Before. After. Darwin, you put tiny bumper stickers on your trucks, but you don't play with action figures or drivers? Come on, man. This one's definitely one of my favorites of the night. Great photo, Johnny. I love it when I get a photo in, I don't have to, like, crop it. It just already has a great crop on it. Really nice framing. Great coloring. This one's really great. Thank you so much for the submission. Before... After, and finally, Vidjo's Scary Mine trip in Utah. Before, I mean, it's these foreground elements are good. I couldn't figure out a way to keep it and get the crop that I wanted. I guess I could have gone a little wider, like a widescreen kind of crop, but I think I'm still pretty happy with the results there. There you go. It's a good one too, I know, Josh. It's hard to choose sometimes which is your personal favorite. What did everybody really like today? Tell me in the comments. I love reading your comments. And I think that's it. You're great. There is a story in that one, I think, for sure. I'd be curious to know what it is. So, yeah, I think that's going to do it for tonight. A quick one, an hour and a half-ish. Josh does need to submit a photo, but I don't accept photos from GoPros. I don't think I've ever even seen Josh take a photo, if I'm honest. It's possible that he doesn't know that his camera has that setting. Jared, a pic from your phone would probably definitely work. I've done a lot of photos in this series from phones. So, yeah, boost the orange. Yeah, the Moto Razr. It would be like, remember when Michael was taking pictures with his flip phone? 480 by 240, exactly. Dude, again, I'm late. Nope, sorry. That's not happening. But thanks up to everyone for submitting tonight. I've got at least 50 or 60 photos to go through and find some good ones for the next episode, which will be next Tuesday. I moved it to 8:30 tonight. We might stick with that because that gives a bit of people on the West Coast a bit more time to join in and participate. But I hope everyone enjoyed themselves tonight. I hope you all learned something as well. And yeah, I do need a vacation from myself. It's so funny though, like Josh and I have been doing the weekly show. All submissions should go to submissions@scalebuildersguild.com. Josh and I have been doing, this will be week 17 of our live stream takeover on Wednesday nights, which is crazy. That's, I think, the longest series we've done now. Yeah, this is going to be a standing tradition, I think. This will be fun for as long as you guys want to have fun with it. As long as I keep getting photos, we'll keep doing some corrections and sending them back to people. So, tablet, I'd say, Mike, probably wouldn't work. Tablet phone or tablet cameras are usually pretty garbage. Like on the iPad Pro, I think it's still 720p, which is ridiculous. But thank you everybody for watching tonight. I think we're going to end it there. It's been a real pleasure, and I'll see you tomorrow night at 9 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. Pacific. So keep sending those photos, submissions at scalebuildersguild.com. I will keep doing this as long as you guys keep sending them. So thanks very much. Thanks for all the donations as well, and we'll see you again tomorrow night. Good night.